Whoops, I put it on the wrong screen. Hi, Miski. I was getting my stuff sorted out, and I didn't realize I was on the wrong screen. Whoops. Hi, Maya. I meant to do... Yeah. I was like, okay, stream start. Look at down. I looked down at my phone, putting down the tweet. Putting it on Discord. Whoopsie. Haha. This was totally intentional. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my tea and cookies. Okay, I'm back. Let's check on the chat. Maya is experimenting with gacha and failing. Oh no! How do you experiment with gacha? Hi Lena, good to see you. Let's see, Miski went grocery shopping and it was super hot. Yeah, there was an excessive heat warning today. Thank you! Yeah, I did not mean... You can make different weapon sets and character layouts and job combinations. Oh dear. Many things. That sounds very overwhelming. Trying to figure out how to use the new summer character. Yeah, I hope you can figure it out. Yeah, I did not mean to start on this screen. I was gonna start the stream and I was gonna walk away and get my tea and cookies and settle down. But I was running a little late because I was making cookies. So, and brewing my tea. So I just like, okay, we're starting right now. I didn't even look at what overlay I was on. Just some like awkward typing in the background. Whoops. You have to check. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I have my strawberry and vanilla green tea. And I made snickerdoodles. I made so many snickerdoodles. I think 19 plus 15, 34. I made 34 snickerdoodles for 2 people. So, whoops. Nope, I did not realize we were on the screen. It's okay, we got to start off talking right away. I think that was nice. The tea's still pretty hot. You might hear me slurping. That's me trying not to burn my mouth. Okay, let's boot up Coffee Talk. Let's switch screens here. I don't have it up yet, so I'll bring back to my hydrangeas. Via ASMR stream. Snickerdoodles are really good. I've only had some from work. Oh, I know. The cookies they hand out at work are actually pretty good. Like they had the last snickerdoodles they gave out was so good. Yeah, definitely. Snickerdoodles are basically the sugar cookies with cinnamon. I actually haven't even eaten it, so... Alright, capture the game. There we go. I need to see if the settings... Oh, it actually shows you your game progress. I'm gonna see if there's a setting where, when I click off of the screen, the audio still plays? No, I don't see one. Wait a minute, the resolution's off. There we go. Wait a minute, it's not that different from what I had. Oh well. Full screen, English, default, read. Yeah, there's no... If I put it on... No, there's no borderless. Okay, well, it's okay. We can... If I ever just click off, we just don't have audio for a second. Aww. I'm gonna try a bite of my snickerdoodle. Mmm. Let me try another bite. Okay, that's good. They're not super sweet. That's okay. Honestly, I'm trying to cut down on my sugar, so... I definitely taste it more, I had that second bite. Have some tea. Yes, ASMR stream time. I'm so sorry for my slurping. Alright. Uh-oh, you may have spoiled Oscar a lot. Aw, his birthday's tomorrow. Oh, is that why you guys went shopping? Oh, that's so sweet. Oh yeah, that's right. We had this weird, like, astronaut. Aw, Oscar's 2 years old! Time flies! Aw. Alright. Welcome. I don't even know what kind of voice to give you. Hello there. Good evening. Good evening, sir? Ah. The usual Earthling linguistic problem. We will never get used to it. Making him sound like a robot. It's fine. Oh, remember when he was just a puppy? Yeah. I saw him when he was not a puppy. He was a little bigger than a puppy. He's grown so much in the last couple years. Is it okay if I call you sir? Definitely. Oh, I like that. I like the colors change. You can call us whatever you like. We do not mind a bit. Ooh, plural. Do you want to order anything, sir? Oh yes, we have to communicate our order. Please pardon us. What do you recommend? Oh my gosh, the little hand animation. Oh. It's kind of hidden behind the text box though. We will not be able to taste the difference anyway. Ah, what do you mean? It is alright. Forget it. What is the most expensive drink here? Everything's the same price in this coffee shop. Really? That is interesting. Unlike other places we have visited so far. Have you decided on what to order then? Okay, we would like to order anything. Anything? Anything. Okay. Chocolate. Ooh, we got cinnamon. Chocolate, cinnamon, and honey. That sounds good. Cinnamon, honey, chocolate. That's exactly what it is. Here you go. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Your drink is ready, sir. I hope it's to your liking. Don't worry, it will not matter to us. Okay, let us drink this. What? Yes? Oh, nothing. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Yes? Why did you put your finger in the drink? That's a very strange question. We are drinking it, of course. Drinking it? Yes, drinking it. Oh, yes, of course. We almost forgot. Earthlings use their speaking organ to drink. We use our appendages to drink. Usually a polypropylene drinking apparatus is provided for us to use. Pardon? It is what you call plastic in the shape of a long tubular stick. Oh, you mean a straw? Yes, we wonder why Earthlings rely on it so much. Mostly, you can drink without it. Yet the plastic stick apparatus was provided on 87.76% of all drinking occasions we encountered. And it has become one of the biggest single-use pollutants on your planet. Anyway... How do you drink up a straw? The same as we just did. But thanks to the plastic stick apparatus, we do not need to put our appendages into the liquid mixture you call drinks. It is very convenient. Perhaps convenience takes higher priority in Earthlings' decision-making processes. I see. I guess people won't suspect a thing if you put your hands on a straw. Affirmative. By the way, you said you just arrived. Where did you come from, sir? Bar. It would be too complicated to tell you all the details. But we can tell you one thing. We have a mission here. A mission? Yes. What kind of mission? That's exactly what I was about to say. Actually, I'm gonna move the microphone just a smidge, because I see it's kind of going into the red zone. Adjusting my microphone. Okay. Sorry, I should have just muted that. Is better? Alright. Okay, I think that's okay. What kind of mission? Ooh, a kettle version. Yum! Or keto? Find what the Earthlings call a female. And then? Breed. Excuse me? Dot. So you came from a faraway place to find a date? Date? Our mission does not have anything to do with your understanding of time. No, I'm not talking about that kind of date. Oh, pardon us. But no, our mission also does not have anything to do with fruits. I wasn't talking about that kind of date either. Oh, pardon us again. The way they just keep their finger in the drink is extremely funny. Your language is extremely confusing sometimes. Hi, Carlos. It's been a while. How have you been? I'm gonna drink some tea. I want to drink my tea before it gets cold. There you go. It's just the right temperature. No more slurping. Don't worry about it. We also struggle with our own languages. Earthlings really need to work on their communication. There are so many ways to make communication more direct and simple. Of all the places we have been to, this place has the worst communication methods. Even good, even though it's hard to use your keyboard at the same time as your Oculus? Oh my gosh. But your ASMR stream. I'm sorry. When I pour some more tea, you'll have your slurps again. Can't argue with that. So, how's the mission so far? Not good. The way they do the little feelings of their fingers is so cute. I don't know how to get rid of the text box, but it's so cute. No, it doesn't. Oh! I just clicked off. Whoopsie. I got so scared. I think, yeah, I accidentally pressed help on Streamlabs. Okay. Okay. We are using this unique communication application. According to our data, it is the biggest source of breeding interaction on Earth. That's a way to put it. Although, the success rate of the breeding is not as high as the interaction. This is also true. Huh? I never heard about... Wait. Are you talking about a dating app? This system used a fire symbol as their sign. Oh, are we talking about, like... What's the one that uses fire? Tinder? You are talking about a dating app. But again, we found some contradictions in the application. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Maya. I don't use dating apps. My dating app was Final Fantasy 14. Not intentionally. What do you mean? Watching the stream in VR is a whole new experience. Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, you used one before? How was it? According to our understanding of the application, it requires the person that interacts with it to swipe left or right. 14 dating app, yeah? If you swipe left, it means you do not want to breed. If you swipe right, it means you do want to breed. I don't like how you're saying this. I don't like... And when the two interactees swipe right between each other, they can commence the introduction to the breeding process. It didn't go well, I assume. Most of them, oh, sorry, that was my own voice. Most of them started communicating with very big letters on the communication platform. And they said some words that cannot be considered proper. ... Oh, there we go. You can see the little, like, hand thing they're doing. Oh, that's cute. I don't know what to say about that. But you said most of them. Some of them actually did not get mad? Oh, some of them are laughing with text. Did you get to meet them? We set up meetings. Many of them did not appear. But some did? Oh, they're giving a game for free. Oh, they're giving out Beat Saber for free? That's fun. I'm sorry you missed out on that, though. Yes, but we got confused with the way they communicate. No outcome from the meetings. Even though we were decided to go to various recommended places according to our database. And this coffee shop happens to be one of the recommended places? Give me a second, I'm gonna have another bite of my cookie. It's good. Yes. Interesting. Then you're here to meet someone? Yes. But she should have arrived some time ago. Maybe each Earthling also has different interpretations of time. You're right about that. Ooh, could this be it? Oh my gosh, it's the orc lady from maybe 2 days ago? I can't remember. Good evening, miss. Evening. Would you like to order something? Cafe latte, please. Alright, let me look at my phone. I might have worked at this coffee shop for 6 years, but I don't know. Coffee, milk. Oh, yesterday that went price went up? That's too bad. Alright, let's try to make beautiful coffee art. This, I'm thinking about a tree. So kind of like... It looks like a weird alien. Does this look like a tree? Yeah, she sat on the counter, listened to the entire conversation, left after a bit. Okay. I don't like this tree. Let's try it again. It kind of looks like a tree with a sword on the bottom. That's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe if I make a circle. No, it looks terrible. It looks so terrible! Sponsor comment! It's a beautiful tree. Thank you. It's just so weird how, like, the foam wants to pull up. I mean, you can pull it down, but it didn't work. That's horrible. Alright, I'm doing one last try. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing good. I'm having snickerdoodles and some tea. I'm gonna make a smiley face. There's no way I can mess this up, right? Remember, you can spin it. Woo! How's this? What are you talking about? This is beautiful. I'm serving it. Your order is ready, miss. Thank you. How is it? Good. Glad you like it. Are you here to read again, miss? Looks like the Kool-Aid maid. It's the stuff of beauty. Thank you. I knew you would be able to see my artistic genius. Yeah, you know the drill. Please enjoy your time. Can I help you with something? Oh, nothing. Pardon us. Okay. Are we just staring at her? Dot. Excuse us? Yes? Are you waiting for someone? Not this again. No, I'm not waiting for anyone. Are you sure? Yes! I'm sure I'm not waiting for anyone. Because we are waiting for someone, or we were waiting for someone from this app. And she is an orc, just like you. Look here. First, I'm not the only female orc on Earth. Heck, I'm not even a pure orc. But your name is Uruk-hai-69? Oh my god. Is this guy sane? Please pardon the miss. I don't think they're from around here. So, you have not answered our question. Are you Uruk-hai-69? No. My name is Myrtle, and I never use Uruk-hai-69 anywhere. Oh. You really are not her. Of course I'm not! Seriously, men nowadays. Well, I wouldn't really call them a man. If you're that desperate to find a date, why don't you ask your friends? Or go to a club or something. But we do not have any friends on Earth. Oh, you're so cute. Dot. Hey, when you said he's not from around here, are you saying he's not from Earth? Well, from what I've gathered up to now, they're not from this planet. Man. Pardon us for interrupting. But when you said club, which activities are you talking about? According to this search result... Oh, interesting, it's a little head. There are just too many clubs on Earth. Some of them look pretty interesting. Like this club about space exploration. They call themselves Trekkies. Trekkies. Dot. Forget everything I said. What time were you supposed to meet this female orc? About an hour ago, according to the local time. She's bailing on you, man. What does that mean? It means big chance she's not coming. Suddenly loud music to like piano. Dot. I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you. She's probably right, sir. Have you tried contacting her? We have. She read it, according to the application. Oh no, we're getting ghosted! Did she reply? No. Ouch. If she didn't reply, I'm 100% sure she bailed. She's not coming. I believe Miss Myrtle here is right. That was... We are a pretty objective people. But somehow Earth's vagueness has taught us a new kind of feeling. This has happened before? Many times. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But it might be a sign you need to change your strategy. Earthlings use strategies to breed? That's a way to put it. The most complicated strategies, in fact. Your kind never cease to amaze us. If that's the case, then we do not need to be here anymore. You can stay if you like. Oh, it's okay. We need to report back immediately. But we will visit this place again in the future. You have a very nice place, owner. Please, just call me Leah. Thank you for your time, Leah. And thank you for your input also, Miss Myrtle. We will definitely study the breeding strategies of Earth. Well, good luck with that. Sure. It's called Norm, by the way. The breeding norms. Although you can use strategy as the keyword. We will keep that in mind. Okay then, we are off. Take care on your way. Oh, someone else came in. Whoa, boy! Who the hell was that? Oh, hi there, Freya. What is an astronaut doing in this coffee shop? Drinking and waiting for their friend, apparently. What kind of friend? Laika the dog? A date from a dating app. I should have been here! What does their date look like? The date didn't show up. Ouch. Poor astronaut. Why didn't they remove the astronaut suit first before going on a date? I mean, showing off your job is pretty common. But it doesn't have to be literal, you know? I don't think they're an astronaut. Not in the usual sense. What do you mean? They might be an alien. Alien? Like Englishman and New York alien or alien alien? Alien alien. Outer space? Probably. Or other dimensions, I don't know. Wow. Like, super wow. I mean, I know you get a lot of different visitors here. But, wow. Life is never boring here. That's why I'm writing about it. Oh yeah, how's it going so far? The writing? Yes, the writing. With a capital T and W. It's going pretty well, actually. Nice. May I see it? Oh. Oh my gosh, you are so adorable. What do you mean? Can I read the draft you've written so far? No. Please don't. Why? It's not good enough. Hey, be more confident in your work. You know you're a good writer. Besides, if you're not that confident with it, maybe I can share some feedback. You're right. I actually have prepared a printout of the draft. Oh, my throat. So you're planning to show it all along? I wasn't sure about it. It's the first presentable draft anyway. Well, you actually finished the draft? Come on, I know the drill. And I'm pretty familiar with your stuff. Alright, alright. Let me get it out of my bag. Be honest with your feedback. I will. Hydration time, or tea time. Hydration time, you're right. Alright, now will you hand it over? Oh, don't give me those eyes. It's okay, Freya. You should grab your smoothie. Yeah, go ahead. Here it is. Thank you. Now, let's see. Do we actually read it? No, it's just a cut. Give me a second. I'm gonna check my phone really quick. Myrtle. Programmer. Game developer. Game programmer working on Full Metal Conflict series. Oh, this is a cute picture. We're already friends of Myrtle? That's really interesting. Oh my gosh, I missed so many. I'm just gonna quickly skim through these. I know Death does not like reckless driving, and he's not as forgiving as my parents. Interesting. French kissing a cat. I love to kiss cats. Why? I love French kissing a cat. Oh god. Just a single insured bottle. Oh. No smoothie. Oh yeah, I can't wait to have it. Wait until I get redeem points too. I just need 20 more followers. I'm hoping once I reveal my TB model, like I'm gonna do like a little like what do you call it? Reveal? Graphic? Debut? Oh my gosh, brain. Like I'm gonna see if I can get more followers. I just need followers. I have everything else. I just need 20 more. Anyways, we were reading this short story about a person going on a first date on an app. And this person admits they French kiss cats. Why would you do that? Now even stray cats don't mind me kissing them? God no, I'm a dog person for God's sake. That was a really weird one. Alright, last one. Swipe right to outer space. It should be easier for me to meet humans of high quality seeds. You really are an alien. Finally! Well, F me! Finally! That was my task all along. So my place or yours, and please no protection. Oh my gosh. That's what I think every time I look at my normal Twitter. Reading strategies 101. Oh my gosh. Alright, that was some wild stuff I just skimmed over. Also, hi, Kuro! You came in for the weird part, I see. Whiskey. Nani? Alright. How was it? How was it? Let me read it at my own pace, okay? I just read your short stories on the Evening Whispers. They were kind of funky. You saw Mr. Kool-Aid Man earlier? Oh no! What's wrong? Is it that bad? The main character... Oh my, is the main character badly written? I don't think the character suits my personality. That's because you're not the inspiration. Too bad. You have a prime example standing in front of you every day. You may or may not have made a clip. Oh no. Prime example? You? You're like the most mysterious person I've ever met. Wait, I think someone's coming. Hey, the draft! I'm not done yet. Oh gosh, sloppy. Cute! Hi! You're kind of like soggy sounding, but hi. you got soggy squelchy feet, but you're cute. Anyway, yeah, you're so cute! Okay. Welcome. Would you like to drink here or take away, miss? Here, please. What would you like? Or maybe you would like to sit down first before deciding? Is she not already sitting down? I'll order right away. Oh my gosh, the blush! Ah! No need to hurry. Take your time. Is it okay if I order something a bit complicated? You can order whatever you like. As long as you have the ingredients. If that's the case... Do you know masala chai? The tea with spices? Yes. I'd like to order a masala chai then, please. Alright, time to save. Okay, so we need tea, spices, cinnamon, and ginger. Nope. Cinnamon ginger tea. He'll Google. Tea. Masala chai. Maybe lemon? I don't know. Honey? Honey, cinnamon. Honey cinnamon tea. Wait, I made this one before. It's ginger and cinnamon? I think I put it in the wrong order because I didn't make it. Let me save scum. 6:42? Oh yeah. I got so many cute girls in front of me. Hello? Yes. Alright. Tea. Ginger. Cinnamon. Did I not do this? I guess I didn't. Oh, there we go. Interesting. Thank you, Maya. I had the right ingredients, I just put it in the wrong order, as usual. I believe this is the drink you're talking about. From the look of it, I think so. Let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh, the way you drink is so cute! This... Is it bad, miss? Oh no! It's really good. It just brought back some memories. I hope they're good ones. Oh, they certainly are. They certainly are. Huh? Where were we? The main character. The character feels very... you. You bet! If the readers know me, they'll notice right away. Is that okay? Sure, why not? It sounds narcissistic. Don't worry about it. They won't notice it unless they know me personally. And having the main character think like me makes it easier to write. I guess so. Basically self-insert. If you say so. Sorry. Did you say something? Yes. Sorry for interrupting. Oh no, are you me? Are you a fiction writer? Yes, I am. That sounds so cool. Well, yeah, but I only write small-scale fiction. Short stories for the newspaper. Or non-fiction stories about people in this town. She's writing a novel right now, you know. In fact, I was just reading a draft for it. Hey! Wow. How many books have you written? Well, this would be my first book, if I finished it. I always wanted to be a fiction writer, but conjuring words is hard. I'm a writer. And even I can't use complex words like conjure, like you just did. A lot of people have said that my vocabulary is uncommon. What do you do? What's your name again? Ah, pardon me. My name is Aqua. Wow, that's very straightforward, huh? Hi, Aqua. I'm Freya. Since the barista is just a person to look over a conversation, you don't really need a personality. Fair enough. And the barista here is Leah. Did I miss a sentence? I was looking over. Okay, no, I did. Greetings, Miss Aqua. Nice to meet you. So, yeah, what do you do? I'm a researcher at the university. I also make games in my free time. Hey, that's even cooler than my job, you know. Thanks. You said you can't write, but research papers need a lot of writing skills, right? Indeed. But it's descriptive writing. Oh my gosh, I hated writing research papers. Not narrative writing. What kind of fields are you researching, by the way? I focus on computer graphics. Whoa. It involves a lot of calculations and boring stuff. Not something the media would cover, I guess. Describe the brown wood table. The brown... What do you mean? What? It wouldn't attract many readers. I love that you just have a permanent blush! Are you single? Okay. Oh my! I forgot you're a journalist. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Come on, you don't have to worry so much about everything. It's alright. Excuse me for interrupting. Yes? You said you're a researcher in computer graphics, right? That's right. Do you write a paper on the latest fluid rendering technique for their 3D environments? I believe one of the contributors is also named Aqua. Oh my, yes, that's me. Did you read it? I did. It was pretty important for the project we're working on. May I ask what kind of project that is? It's a video game series called Full Metal Conflict. Are you kidding me? You work on FMC? Oops. I'm sorry, I got a bit too excited all of a sudden. Don't be. It's nice when you meet someone who likes the thing you worked on. I love that series so much. My name is Aqua, by the way. Oh, but you already knew that. You're so cute! My name is Myrtle. What do you do in the project? I'm one of the technical artists. Ah, no wonder. Yeah, I don't want to intrude on your discussion any further. But could I ask for your business card or something? Me and some friends have something we want to discuss. We submitted queries through your department's contact form, but we haven't received any replies. Oh yes, that happens a lot. The form sends the queries to another department, and sometimes it takes them a bit to respond. Pardon us for that. Of course, should have expected that. I don't have my card with me right now, but, can we swap email addresses if you want? Sure. Here's my email. Yep, got it. Wait, how do you just send it over? This Full Metal Conflict series you two are talking about. Is it the same series that's getting a movie adaptation soon? Yeah, that one. To be honest, I hated the idea of turning the game into a movie. Nonetheless, Hollywood. They have the budget for the flashy visuals. But I doubt they'll do the series justice. Yeah, most movie adaptations don't. Why? Because some games tell their stories in a unique way. And some stories can only be told through this medium. And FMC is no exception to that. Interesting. Do you play video games? Well, not much. I usually play weird, obscure art games. The type of game you might see in an art gallery. Really? That's weird. You're not the first one to say I'm weird. It's not that. Usually people that play arty games are gamers that got bored of the current state of video games. That's true. But I believe art games cater to a whole different market compared to mainstream games. Hence, a lot of the players are not gamers, and they're more accessible to play, but harder to perceive. Understanding them requires a whole different level of many things. Sorry, I rambled on for too long. But at least that's what I think. You're so cute! Oh, I'm sorry. Good point. Yeah, that was a really good perspective. I play those types of games thanks to the people I hang out with. Yeah, you got the look of an arty hipster, you know. Honestly, yeah. Nailed it. So, you understand my point about the adaptation, right? Kinda. Anyway, I need to go back. I'll email you first thing tomorrow about our question. Wait, what time is it? Oh my, I also need to go home. We can walk to the bus stop together if you want. I hope that doesn't bother you, Miss Myrtle. Just Myrtle is fine. And of course, it won't bother me at all. Aqua is so cute! No, Aqua's leaving! We just met you! Come stay! Okay. Shall we go now? Sure. Thank you so much, Leah. And you too, Miss Freya. Good luck with the writing. You take care on your way, okay? Will do. See you around, folks. Please be careful on your way back. Squelch, squelch. Why is everyone so cute? So... Yes... That was a nice talk. But you haven't given me proper feedback for the draft yet. And I could see you were reading it on and off. Well... It's kinda good. Seriously? That's it? I'm not an editor! Did you expect me to have a list of notes for you? Yes. Really? You're mysterious, that much is true. But I've been a regular here for a while. I recognize the expressions you were making as you read it. You have a lot of comments, right? Admit it. Okay, you got me. But this won't be short. And I will be really honest about it. Gulp. Well, the night is young. Bring it on. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. Sugar and spice. Spicy, sweet, and natural bliss in the cup. It looks good. It has star anise in it. Sunday, September 27th, 2020. That's so interesting. This game was released in 2020, in January. Research found that most Fury sedative on the market are not safe. Uh-oh. Profile. Morris Lester from Slum to Glam. Pajama-clad, 27-year-old actuary found decapitated. What? On his own bed? Hello? Okay. Alright, I remember... What's his name again? Gala. Gala said he didn't trust sedative for Fury. I'm gonna finish drinking the rest of my tea. 1 second. Then I'm gonna pour some new one. My partner got a little tumbler from work, a little Yeti tumbler. So I just use it to put my tea in it. So I brew a whole kettle. Oh gosh, I just spilled it myself. I use a whole... I brew a whole kettle of tea. And then I pour 1 cup. And then I put the rest into the tumbler. Whoops, I'm fine. Yeah, Gala. That's a little spill. I'm fine. Oh my gosh. Aqua looks so confident. I wonder if her legs are the tentacles. Is she just like a big tentacle, like octopus, like on the bottom, and then like human-ish on the top? Researcher by day, aspiring indie dev by night. Do I have any recipes? Oh yeah, the masala chai. There's still a lot of recipes I don't know. Alright. It's nice that the tumbler's good, yeah. Do you want to order anything else? I'm good for now. Oops, I put my mouse right on your face. I'll order again once I finish reading this. Okay then. Wait, does that mean there's a new short story that's been published? Cyberpunk Love Hotel. You're being recorded by a random person? Okay. Oh. Okay, interesting. Short story is about like a room service robot, and people just act really weird about them. Interesting. It's like it seems like they have an AI, like you know, like their own thoughts. Okay. Okay then, I'll leave you with whatever that is. Oh man. Oh, Aqua. Hi. Aqua, hi. Oh, Aqua. Fancy seeing you again so soon. Hi, Priya. Hi, Leah. Good evening, Miss Aqua. How are you two doing? Same old. I'm good. How about you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Oh my gosh, this is the most... This is the most, like, small chat, yeah. Okay. Oops! I asked that already! I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Is Myrtle here? So far, it's only me and Leah. We have you with us now, of course. Are you meeting with her, here tonight? Oh, it's not that. I was just wondering whether she's coming here again tonight. Ooh, are we having a crush? Hello? Is this a crush? You have her email, right? Yeah. Why don't you just tell her to come and meet you here now? That always works for me whenever I want to talk to someone. That wouldn't be nice. It's not that important anyway. I just wanted to follow up on the questions her team sent today. Follow up directly, I mean. Anyway, should order something. Take your time, Miss Aqua. It's alright, I'll order now. I'll have a cup of tea with lemon and cinnamon, please. Wow, pretty straightforward. Oh my gosh, we have a full shelf now. What is this? Mint? Interesting. Wait, I already forgot what you said. Primal just crashed? Oh no! Rip. Rip Primal. Lemon and cinnamon. Russian tea. I guess this is what you want? Here you go. Oh, it looks so pretty. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Russian tea, right? Oh, you knew? I heard about it once. I'm pretty sure the only part that's Russian is the name. It was originally from a community cookbook or something. You're right. Whoa, that's a highly specific fun fact to know. Oh, womp. You already go for subpar healer. It's especially bad. Womp. I mean, I guess you got to escape the healer. Tea's so good. I have like a whole cabinet full of tea. I'm just too lazy to actually brew it. But this game made me in the mood to like have some tea. I guess I spent too much time browsing the internet. You're playing more so you don't need them. Oh, alright. Fair enough. You're your own healer. Oh, when did you arrive, Freya? I've been here since you left last night. What? What do you mean? Finish drinking first, Aqua. I'm sorry. I said you haven't left? I was just joking. Oh, that would be crazy. Why? Oh no, I didn't mean to offend you or anything. It's just that you shouldn't forget to take breaks. You too, Leah. Please make sure you get enough rest. Of course I will, Miss Aqua. Thank you for the reminder. By the way, Aqua. Yes? Where do you come from? Because, judging from your accent, you're not from the States, right? Oh my gosh, you have an accent? I didn't know that. I'm not. I'm from the ocean. Whoa, what a concept. Whoa, so you're a full-fledged oceanic? Born and raised in the sea. Why did you move here? Chasing the American dream, I guess. You moved with your family? No, I'm the only one who could move here. Oh. May I know why? It's not easy for our people. Especially the females. She's from Australia. If I had a good Aussie accent, I would do it, but I don't. America. To get higher education. Wait, I just missed it. It's not easy for women to get higher education. Oh, okay. I got scholarships and the opportunity. I wasn't sure about moving, you know. But my parents pushed me to do it. How long have you been here? Almost 2 years now. Do your parents visit often? They can't. Do you know how hard it is for my people to get a US visa? Oh yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, we're still in contact. We do a video call at least once a week. That's nice at least. Do you have siblings? Of course. We are sea people. My extended family is probably as big as Seattle's population. Whoa! That's a lot. US visas are absolutely awful to get right here. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. But like from hearing from like other people, like their experiences to try to get one, nah. And it's like, why would you even want to come in here? Okay, that's a lot. You really have that many relatives? Of course not. I was just exaggerating. But if you count my grandpa's kids and grandkids, there are hundreds of us. Holy! How about you, Freya? Do you have any siblings? I have. Not as many as you, I assume. I have a little brother, 4 years younger. He also lives in Seattle? No, he's living in San Francisco, near our parents' house. He's the good kid, and I'm the rebel. Working some high-end tech job, while taking care of my dad on the weekends. That's so nice of him. I know, right? That reminds me. I should visit my parents after finishing this draft. Oh, let's see. Your best friend has to jump through so many hoops, and she can easily fall in a queue that could last several years. Oh no! Yuck. That's awful. I know, it took a long time for my sister-in-law to be able to come to the US, even though they were married. I think it took like 2 years? I'm not sure. More than a year. You should. Visit them while you can. I know. Anyway, I want to order something. Another espresso? You know, the usual. Wait, the usual? Oh yeah. The easiest order. Espresso. Your espresso's ready. Thanks. Bitter. Just the way I love it. A new person! And they're a cat! Good evening, sir. Good evening. How can I help you, sir? Oh, yes. I don't know what to order. Something to raise your spirits, perhaps. Nothing you like on the menu? I can make you a custom drink if you like. Actually, are you familiar with STMJ? I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. If you can tell me the ingredients, I'm sure I can recreate it. Ah, lucky me. STMJ stands for Susu Telur Madu Jahe. Oh, it's Indonesian. Oh, okay. I probably butchered that. It means milk, egg, honey, and ginger. Understood. Wait, do you have the eggs? I certainly have. They're not on the shelf. But I'll add egg once I've mixed the rest of the ingredients. I'd love that. 1 cup of STMJ, please. Ah, I already forgot what he said. Milk, honey, and ginger. Milk, honey, and ginger. Is this what I want? I'm supposed to put the egg in. Let me try that one more time. Milk. Maybe I'll put ginger. Milk, ginger, and honey. There we go. It's always the it's always flipped. Alright. Serve. Here's your STMJ, sir. Ah, that smell. It brings back so many memories. It's quite difficult to find a place of proper STMJ here in the States. I've traveled to so many places, and none of them got it right. You're the first one to manage it. Excuse me. May I ask you girls something? Sure, ask away. What kind of things do you kids like doing nowadays? Excuse me? Aren't you college students? No, we're not. Wait, why'd you move over? Stranger danger, stranger danger. I see. May I ask how old you are? You're being creepy, old man. Go back to your chair and keep your distance. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be creepy. Hey, Leah. Who is this pervy old man? I want to. I have no idea. It's his first time here. I want to be able to understand young people. Georgie! Thank God you're here, Officer Georgie! What's up? There's a creepy old man trying to flirt with us. Where? You mean him? Yes, but not so loud. This man here is Rachel's dad, Freya. He asked to meet me. Sorry, I put his voice a bit higher. So I told him to come here. Oh. I didn't know that Rachel's dad was a pervy old man. No wonder she ran away from home. No, I just think he's really awkward. Everyone, please meet Mr. Furlong, Rachel's dad. Mr. Furlong, please meet Freya and Leah. Please, call me Henry. I apologize for earlier. I wasn't trying anything funny. I'm sorry about that. Wait a minute. Your name is Henry Furlong? Yes. And you're Rachel Florencia's father? Yes. Furlong? Florencia? Why do you have different last names? What are you trying to pull? Florencia was my late wife's maiden name. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a bit rude. I kinda could have guessed that. Let me look at my Tomodachi. Aqua! We're close friends! Mermaid from Atlantis, and a friendly introvert. Sea lover. Favorite things: Full Metal Conflict, video games in general, grandma. Aw, Aqua! Moved to Seattle to achieve my dream of advancing technology as far as we can. Trying to find a place and person where I belong. Trying to find a place and person where I belong while doing something I love. So I guess you're trying to find someone, Aqua? Is that what you're trying to say to me? Trying to find the person where I belong. Henry! Oh, cute! 23rd of May. Wow, your birthday's very close to mine. Oh, he put his profile picture of when Rachel was like a little kid. Cute! Oh! Brewpad. Yeah, that's so cute. Okay. I'm sorry. Rachel chose it for her stage name. Freya. Okay. I think I better work on my novel. I'm sure you guys have a lot to talk about. Yeah, Freya, I'll come with you. Take me away from here! Anyway, what was it that you wanted to talk to me about? It's about Rachel. That night when you drove her home, was she hanging out with shady people? Well, I think one of them was a bit shady. Hey, I heard that! What? I'm a criminal! I'm just kidding. She was in his coffee shop talking with Freya and Leah here. She wasn't in any danger. Are you sure? What about before that? Whoa, calm down. Is everything alright? It's just that I feel like she's getting more and more distant. I don't know how to talk to her anymore. Or even what to talk about. I don't know what kids her age are into nowadays. Every time we talk, we end up fighting. I have 3 daughters. We fight all the time. One thing that I learned? Give them time and space. But be there when they need you. Or you can just bribe them. One time, I had a fight with my eldest daughter. She didn't want to talk to me for a week. I know she loves pizza, so I went to Rocco's and bought her favorite pie. I left the pizza on the table like a trap. Then, I just waited for her to take the bait, just like a stakeout. Once she took a bite of that delicious pepperoni, I casually grabbed a slice and sat with her. That pizza really helped smooth things over. After that, she wouldn't stop talking. What if what she loves doing is the problem? Rachel loves singing and performing on stage. I'm proud of what she has achieved with her career. She's really young. But the entertainment industry isn't a kind place. Not the label, not the media, not the fans. And I don't trust her new manager. Rachel's just a little girl. What if she gets harassed? Or forced to do drugs? Did something happen? Well, nothing's happened yet. I just feel it in my guts. Is it possible that you're being paranoid? I don't know. Maybe? Psst. Leah, I need to go now. Thanks for the drink. Take care on your way. Aw, Aqua's so sweet. She didn't even have to say like, I'm gonna go now. She just... But she did. I love her. Well, can't you just find another manager? Rachel's already 18, so legally, she can sign contracts without parental approval. I've been trying to tell her to quit, but every time I brought it up, we just ended up fighting. As a parent, there isn't really nothing we can do, other than guiding them and being there when they need us. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can't tell someone what to do. You can just give them your advice and just let them make their own decisions. This is what I think. Sooner or later, we'll have to trust them to make their own decisions. And of everything we've taught them, hopefully, they'll make the right choices. What if she made the wrong choices? I can do a background check on that manager. If that will ease your mind. Please do. A flip phone. You gotta do a background check on a flip phone? Okay, give me a name. It's Morris. Last name, Lester. Morris Lester. Got it. Oh, isn't he the guy in today's paper? Anyway, I'll let you know if there's a hit. Hold on, I gotta take this. I've just got a call. I've got to go. I'd love to talk more about this with you. Let's meet again soon. Wait. You have my contact details. Call me if you ever need my help. Wait. It's really hard for me to do deep voices. Oh. Don't worry, I'm sure everything will be alright. I used to manage a girl band. Or sorry. I used to manage a girl band. I've seen bad things happen. That bad? Yeah. I was against her joining that pop group at first. But my wife, Rachel's mom, she convinced me to give it a chance. Ever since she's been gone, I don't know how to talk to Rachel. With her wanting to do more of her own stuff, I don't know what to do. What do you mean by her own stuff? Modeling and a solo singing career. It's a whole different world than the band. It can't be that different. I'm familiar with that side of the biz. But things have changed, right? Even if it has, I don't think it's for the better. She survived being an idol. Even managed to graduate and start a solo career. She sounds like someone who can take care of herself. Don't you think so? She's not ready. I don't want her to get hurt. There are a lot of bad people out there. People that want to take advantage of her. You're her father. I understand you might be worried. However, you shouldn't hinder her from achieving her dreams. I just want what's best for her. Is it really what's best though? I think she's born to soar. But she's just a girl. My little girl. Seriously. That's your argument? I didn't mean to sound that way. It doesn't matter whether she's a boy or a girl. You'll drive her away if you keep acting on like this. With your knowledge, you should be able to help her achieve her dreams. I was once a stubborn young girl too. Maybe I can give you a little advice on how to handle rebellious teens? I'd love to hear it. Is it okay if I stay a bit longer, Leah? Take all the time you need. Black lemon, a perfect if unlikely combination of sour and bitter. One more day, maybe. I don't know. I want to have a shorter stream today. Monday, September 28th, 2020. It's still raining. It's literally raining every day. Military personnel stationed along East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Oh no. Okay. Werewolf representatives push the ministry for a more accessible sedative. Doctor from Salach town arrested for experimenting of child cloning. Oh no. Alright. Things are not good. The world's not great right now. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off. But it's something that will make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept. But you need to handle it carefully. And gracefully. I know. Gala! Hey, Gala! Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Leo was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please, don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Leah for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy? Of course. You want to give it a try again? My last order might have been the right drink. Let's give it a try again. Just to be sure. Okay. Remember, as tea and ginger. Galahad. Tea, milk, sugar, or ginger. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. Indeed. I have the same feeling. I've made a note of that mixture. Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gala. We're done for the night. You're done. I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. Yeah, he is. I like Hyde. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Aw, come on. Oh, it's you! It's been a while, Baileys. Whoa, it's been a long time, actually. I don't remember. I don't even remember the voice I gave you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Baileys. Heya! How are you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Leah was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you will make will give you a score. What? That's also... What? The score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book. I know, it's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting. And highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea. Which is... making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. Hello, Freya? Hello? What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? Alright, alright. As Leah said though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. Do I know how to make it? Okay, I think I put milk in last. So tea... I'll save. I made ginger milk tea. If I make latte art, does it become a latte? Is this it? Here you go. Dot dot dot. Are you sure? Yeah. Oh no! Let me say no more. Oh no! I messed it up! I don't want... I know, you're okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. Tea... milk... ginger. Oh wait, that's the Galahad. Maybe I should use green tea? Ginger latte. Oh wait, maybe... no. Green tea... ginger milk. Ginger milk green tea. Green tea... milk... ginger. Welcome back. Wait, I messed it up again? Did I just put it... is the milk supposed to come at last? Let me try again. Green tea, ginger, milk. Hello, Foxy Mots. Welcome. Wait, I just made the same drink again. I'm confused. I did it 3 times and I still... let's try again. I am determined to make this ginger latte. Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. I changed the order! I changed it twice because I couldn't remember the first time I did it. Let me look it up really quick. I'm cheating. Ginger latte. Yeah, I use tea. I use tea, ginger, milk. And then I use tea, milk, ginger. But it didn't make me the drink I wanted to make. Latte. Try coffee? Oh. I mean, tea can be latte too. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Tea can be a latte too. Coffee, ginger milk. Okay, I've just been making so many tea drinks, alright? There we go. Thank you. I wasn't gonna be rude about it. no, you weren't rude. You're... Oh my goodness. Here you go. I made it right this time, in this timeline. Yeah. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drink making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. What we have here now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client? You can't watch me keep hitting a wall. Thank you. I would have just been making the same tea mixtures. Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in, you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done and I finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course. But I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. So, you finished your job by bullshitting her. Ha 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 ha. The finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? That's what I'm wondering too. If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know? Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him... Cognac. Cognac. Not cognac. I'm good. I don't know how to say it. Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following. Yeah, as in lasagna. Lasagna. Yeah. Thank you, Maya. Okay, got it. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Ooh, okay. Got it. Lasagna. She was one of the hottest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? It's... I don't want to get into details. But this succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly! This is getting spicier! The other girl's name was... just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes! Now will you let me continue on? Freya has to say something every time he says a sentence. Okay. So, I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much. But I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So, Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out, and I got back just as Lua arrived. Total coincidence. Went into our place together, and witnessed something surprising. Oh no! Is it gonna be Cognac and Rose? Oh no! What? Oh! Cognac was sleeping with Rose! Ah! We could see this coming from a mile away. This is so sad. Also, an incubus can be with a succubus? I have no idea anything about that. Holy mother of moly! I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness. And without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that. And I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How was she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight. About your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined the discussion. The very serious look on Gala's face. Like he's just been enjoying himself this whole time. Until Hyde got brought up. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval. Considering, you know, what? You're willing to leave your own family. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or, I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something else would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy. Screamed like they were on fire. They told me I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about her kind is ruining the country. Accusing the religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on! This is the 21st century! I know. Jesus, indeed. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't know why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know? I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? Oh, sorry. Break it down a bit. What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family. However, it may not be the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? I mean, he's saying it right now. Let me have some tea real quick. Alright, we're on our last cup of tea. Will not pour on myself this time. Alrighty. Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Everyone eavesdrops in this coffee shop. You cannot not hear what other people are saying because it is so small. Let me look at my phone for it really quick. Ooh, we're close friends with Gala. Food, anything warm and made of ginger. Metal maiden. Full metal jarhead. Interesting. Trying to heal myself by helping other people heal. Aww. I love you, Gala. You seem very sweet. Bailey's. Oh, we're also close friends with Bailey's now. Favorite things? Punk. Been listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee lad. Escaping bloodlines. Experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo exhibition. Did we read today's story already? I don't think so. Oh, we didn't. The anxious boy and his love stories on public transport. This one's taking place in Jakarta. Okay. Maruki Harukami. Elephant vanishes. I actually haven't read it's supposed to be Marukami, right? Haruki Marukami. I haven't actually read any of them. His books. Fight the hellish conditions. Okay, we noticed a random girl on the bus. Maybe she's the one. This isn't the first time I had a thought like this that crossed my mind. Oh, this game sneaks in a lot of hidden jokes and references. I noticed that. It's fun. It's fun trying to figure out like the things that they referenced to the real world. Let's see. Hopeless romantic. Blah blah blah. Start dating. Oh shit, she looked at me. But we're just staring at her this whole time. Like fire instead of ice. Oh, I actually did not make that connection. That makes a lot of sense actually, now that you say that. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? Looked at my book. And she was staring at me. Oh no, maybe she thinks you're creepy. Oh, we're thinking really hard about this. This is a long story. Nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert. Then the whole bus will beat me to death. Blah blah blah. We're having like an internal monologue. She's smiling at me. You see, you have to do something. I think Jakarta's in Indonesia, right? Full Metal Jarhead is Full Metal Jacket. Combined of Jarhead. I don't really know bands, so I wouldn't know that one either. Foxy Mats has all the trivia for me. Thank you. Random person. Oh, those are movies. Sorry. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, military movies. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense from the name. Finally out of that metal Schrodinger's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right, and there she was, standing alone, enjoying the breeze. Now she was free of the roasting metal box we humans named Bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that, she smiled. So if it's meant to be, will it be? Interesting. Okay, so this is like a little story about a guy wondering about the possibilities of this random girl was the one or not. Whoops, you close the tab. Oh yeah, you're fine. I lost my mod. My one and only mod. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? It's okay, you don't have to be paying attention. Well, yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. Yeah, relationships are messy, huh? Just saying. Oh man. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the "I left my family for you" card. We love each other. I'll be with her, whatever the circumstances might be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time, it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. I mean, they've been together for 10 years. I mean, I don't like elves. Well, I guess like elves and succubi. I don't know how long succubi would live for, but I don't know. 10 years is like a while to be in a relationship. Like I've been with my partner for 7 years, and we've been through a lot in those 7 years. So maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Yeah, you think they would be already over it by now? Yeah. They're acting like, I don't know. like, if they met each other during university and they've been together for 10 years, so they're like, quote unquote, in their 30s? I don't know. Yeah, they act like they're younger than they are. Because life is full of storms. And marriage, it will not survive on love alone. Love is a commitment, yeah. I feel like he's pretty committed though, no? I don't know. Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege. But you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Oh yeah, we did talk about this before. He would lose his immortality if he leaves his family. Which I think is really interesting. Like, I don't really know anything else like it. Like, it reminds me of like the Viera leaving the forest, they can never come back. But that doesn't mean they like lose their immortality. They're not immortal. They live for a long time, but that's the only thing I can really think of. Like, once you leave, you can never come back kind of deal. Emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill, because in this country, they charge $20,000 for it. It's so true. Woo! Fantasy US also sucks, huh? I was talking about this with my friend. One of my medications, it's like an injection. It costs $18,000 without health insurance. That's crazy. Dot. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've got to go too. We'll want to head out together. Sure. Thanks for the drink, Leah. And Freya. Bye! That was pretty... I didn't say anything for that. I was literally just watching. Sorry, I'm having a cookie. Dot. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. Are you going to write that in your book? Cookie eating stream. Hey, I only ate a cookie and a half in its last 2 hours. It's hard to eat a cookie when there's so much talking. It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Doubt. Hey, you've got... Look at the picture on Twitter. I have 3 pictures, or 3 pictures, 3 cookies on there. I ate 1 cookie and a half. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. Sounds like a great idea. Twitter is a concept. Midsummer's Night Dream. Sweet and memorable, like summertime blues. Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. Time is flying. I don't know where we are on the calendar. Coachella 2020. 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. Who vows to stop Major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally. Okay. Interesting. I like the picture they drew for who. You stop that. Oh wow, we already have 2 customers. Let's look at the short story. A stray boy and a lonely cat. Midnight. Oh, this is a really short one. Meow. Aw, cute. Until suddenly the boy decides their interaction is enough for today. The boy did not give the cat something to eat, and the cat did not sleep next to him to help him relax, for she was not his and he was not hers. Interesting. Okay, that's a pretty short one. Wow, it's 2 hours. Yeah, I think we'll stop here. So save. Did I save? Yep, their faces are there. Save again. Go to the main menu. Let's look at how many more days we have. So we started on the 22nd. So we've done a whole week. So Tuesday, and then we have like 5 more days? Okay. And I don't remember how far we got. I think we stopped on the 26th last time, so I guess we did 4 days today. I'm guessing. I don't remember. About halfway done. Yeah. I think a little more than halfway done, no? Yeah, a little over halfway. Unless like these last few, like last half of the game's longer. Alright, so I think maybe at least 1 more session, and then maybe 2? I don't know, maybe the next stream I do this, it'll be a longer one, so we can try finishing it. A little below halfway? Okay. Certain chapters might be longer, that's true. Yeah, because the first few chapters, I guess if you want to call it like that, they're pretty short. I like how they show the portraits. Aqua, I love you! So we can figure out when we saw people by the calendar. That's cool. What does endless mean? Just endlessly making drinks? Alright. Here we are. We made good progress today. That's a fun game. Yeah. I like the music. When I first started playing, and I felt like the music's so loud, but then you kind of just like get used to it. Like some songs I just like. You're tempted to buy it, but considering watching you play it, and it's a story-based game. Yeah, that's true. There's no like there's no branching paths. It's very linear. So yeah. I'm looking at my achievements. Achievements. I got let me start over, trash your drink for the first time, create and save your first latte art. It's a masterpiece. I only have 5 achievements out of 24. Holy cow. There's a lot of achievements. You've played for 4 hours. Would you recommend this game to others? You could fail at being a barista every time. There might be an achievement for that. Oh, there's an achievement for serving the wrong drink for the first time. Achievement for meeting all the characters. There's an achievement for trashing 25 drinks. Listen to all the songs. Play the story mode to conclusion once. One is art takes time. Spend a total of 1 hour making latte art. I guess I could screen share. Well, I don't know. I don't think I have anything showing on the screen. I'll just say it out loud. Barista trainee. Serve 10 correct drinks in a single session of challenge mode. Is that endless mode? Or is that's a mode that we unlock after finishing the game? Master brewer, unlock all special drinks. Social media fever, unlock all the characters' social media profiles. Barista guru, serve 50 correct drinks. Art connoisseur, unlock all the artworks in the gallery. Coffee and chill, unlock all achievements. And then there's 6 hidden achievements. Interesting. I'm not a completionist, so I probably will not be trying to get all of them. Yeah. I wonder what we could play after. I want to play A Symbol of Care. I heard that one's a short game. If I remember. A Symbol of Care. Yeah, it's the studio who made Monument Valley, which I thought was a real interesting game. It's about a story of a globe-trotting and antique restorer. So basically you just fix things. I mean, there's more to that of course, but I think maybe that. We still have Cozy Grove going. There's Omori. One day we'll play that. I also got Spiritfarer. Time to dive into gacha. Maybe when the new MiHoYo game comes out, what's it called? The Cyberpunk one? Well, I'm not even sure if it's called it's Cyberpunk. It's like the turn-based one they're coming out with. You should finish that second playthrough. You take your time with it. Oh, it's urban fantasy, not cyberpunk. It's called Zenless Zone Zero. I think that's it. I think that's the one I was thinking of. In that one. I feel like Genshin has too much stuff now. I don't want to Kuro died at 1% on his raid. What? Rip. Just gonna expose the man. Rip. I can't fail, and she multi-attacked. Did you still clear it? Or did you just wipe? If you need help on Genshin, I'm your man. Thanks, Carlos. Oh. He died and I was waiting for him. Womp. Oh, okay. Oh, were you just, Oh, okay, got it. So you had to finish the job. I get it. It's like a co-op raid, no? Yeah, Genshin's just so time consuming. I don't know. I liked playing it. Oh, I also cheesed it a lot. Oh, you guys are crewmates? Okay, cool. Like, I remember there's this one fight, and like, I didn't know how to upgrade my characters to the max. So I was really weak. So I just kind of like, cheesed the fight with, what's the, like, knight that you got for free? Yeah, the maid of a dream one day joining the knights, Noelle. Like, she has that one skill where you can heal. So I just basically would whack the boss, run away and heal. And then I'd run around in circles, and then I'd whack it again and heal. It was really bad. I think it took me like 10 minutes to do. And I'm like, I'm really sure this is not how the fight is supposed to be done. Yeah, we have Spirit Fair. You drew Kaching. I think that's how you say it. The Chi. The QI. Using it for an electric boss fight. Took you like 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. I would have been so upset if you just kept like died at the end. Right before you did like the final blow, just like lose it. Strange horticulture. That one I'm interested in. And that's it. I might play Transistor. I have a lot of games actually I want to play. I would have uninstalled the game instantly. Yeah, same. Yeah. I want to play Transistor. I actually haven't finished it. I played like a little bit, but the gameplay was kind of hard. I wouldn't even say hard. I guess I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I really liked, Bastion, I think it's called. Yeah, Bastion. I really liked that game. That game actually made me cry. It was so good. But I know a lot of people like Transistor, and I never got spoiled for it. Yeah, I heard it was really good. Like, I know one thing about the game. I won't say it, because I think it's a spoiler. But other than that, I don't even know if it's a spoiler. I think you'd figure it out pretty fast. Bastion was so fun. I last played it July 23rd, 2013. That's a long time. 2013? Holy cow, actually, that's 9 years ago. Maybe I should play that again. It was so good! I cry. Like, there's this, like, one part in the game near the end, and I'm just like... that's like a moment that will always stick with me. Time is also a concept. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have Doki Doki. I haven't played that. I just know it'll freak me out. Oh no, we have a problem. Our pots ran out. Womp. I know who the weakest link is now. Maybe you're both the weakest link. Oh, I actually kind of want to play Hatoful Boyfriend. I really don't remember the game that much. I just saying. In 4K. Wait, no! I'm not laying in the curl. I'm just saying maybe both of you are the weakest. Yeah, I haven't played Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star. I was like, wait, I was insulted? Yeah. I kind of want to play more like visual novels, so maybe I'll replay Hatoful Boyfriend. I last played that 2014, so that was 8 years ago. Yeah, I don't remember anything about it. I did have 100% completion. Is it easy? I think you just like play the game. I'm looking at it. Yeah, you basically get all the endings. I don't remember. I don't remember getting all the endings. And then maybe for the holidays, I'll play Holiday Star. I think that would be fun. You would love it. And the game is interesting. It's a very interesting game. Yeah, maybe I'll play that. Yeah, I think that will be on the list. I'll have to think about games I want to play after coffee talk. I like Cozy Grove, but I kind of like spread Cozy Grove out a little bit more instead of playing it every week, which is why it wasn't on the schedule this week. I think, don't you date a pigeon? Yes. Yes, you date pigeons. Yes. They have human forms, quote unquote, but you just see their bird form. You see their bird form the whole game, basically. Yeah. I played Hustle Cat. That was okay. I didn't really like it that much. Oh yeah, Sumi, Poon Poon. I remember there was also a Kentucky Route Zero. That game took a really long time to update. Like, it was an interesting game though. I'd like to go back to that. Very unconventional. Long live the queen! I think this game was hard. I only got 3 achievements on it. I'm just going through my library now. But everyone is Poon Poon. How do I do horror games? I don't. I mean, but if I have people with me, I guess I could try. Like, I want to play Stray. I heard there's a Miski was telling me there's a chase sequence in Stray, like a couple of chase sequences, and I hate being chased. I hate it. I will like. That makes my adrenaline. I have an adrenaline rush every time there's like a chase sequence in any game. Like two things I hate. I hate being chased, and I hate being timed. Like, I get so like nervous when I'm being timed. Oh my gosh. I do have an audience now. You're right. Oy. I will scream. I would have to program my microphone to when it peaks that I just don't kill everyone's ears. Tokyo Dark? What is that? I'm gonna look it up. Timed chase sequences horror? Oh, it's a visual novel? Tokyo... It might not be available, or not available. It might not be appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work. It's violent, gore, and nudity. Whoa, nudity! Whoa! Nudity! Gotta put my birthday in. View page. Legend tells of a door deep below Tokyo's sewers. All who enter are lost forever. Detective Ito's partner is missing. Explore Tokyo and uncover the darkness that lays beneath the streets in this point-and-click meets visual novel. Narrative adventure that questions the very core of Ito's sanity. Very positive. Interesting. It looks interesting. Choose your path. You don't remember nudity? It probably was very brief. If there was any. Enter the dark. Eee! Oh dear. Ooh, masks are so creepy. I do not like that. You enjoyed it a lot when you played it with your best friend. Got jump scared like 3 times. Oh dear. I get jump scared very easily. Alright, I'll put it to my wish list. Oh boy. That's gonna be an exciting one. You like being scared. Miss Ether is also a horror enthusiast too. I don't know. The thing is, I'm a baby. So, like, if I'm playing, like, scary games, or, like, kind of creepy, unsettling games, late at night, and there's no one around me, I get super freaked out. Like, I was playing, the Somnium Files, what's it called? Oh wait, this is called AI. AI, the Somnium Files. Like the game, like there's some parts in the game, like I told you, that's just really like unsettling, kind of creepy. And my partner wasn't there, so I mostly played the game by myself, but I literally could not play the game at night. Oh no, the first one. But honestly, the second one, I was playing like at midnight by myself, because my partner wants to play the game. He wants to play the first game, so he's not around when I'm playing the second one. And honestly, I stopped playing it because I got busy with other things. But even then, I was playing that one by myself at midnight, and I was just like so unsettled. I was like, oh my gosh, I need my cat. I need Misty. It's creepy. It's not like like there's no jump scares or anything. It's just like, I don't know. The somniums, like the dreams that you're in, they're just very bizarre. You'll be fine. Will I be able to sleep at night? Oh god, my eyes closed and I was out for a bit. Oh, that's where you went, Nisky. I was wondering what happened to you. Hi. I knew it. Welcome back to the world of the living, Nisky. We're just wrapping up right now. Yeah, you disappeared. I was like, oh, that's fine. I mean, today was pretty hot, and you went out shopping, so you're probably exhausted. You're fine. Yeah, we made some good progress in coffee talk. Not super much, I could say. Just like sorting things out. We talked to Bailey's again about his relationship with Lua. The humidity was so high. I know, I hate humidity. Ooh. Like, I was cleaning this morning, and then when I started like sweating, because we keep the windows open lately because the weather's been nice, but yeah, I started sweating. I was like, okay, I'm closing the windows now. We're putting on the AC. But it'll be cooler tomorrow, so that's good. And the last heat wave we had, it lasted like a few days. Oh, it was awful. Alright. Oh, my tea. Let me finish drinking my tea. Yeah, it's like one blast of hot air. Ooh, yeah. It's August now. That's kind of crazy. I still think about it, like, oh my gosh, it's August. There's only 4 more months. So we got September, October, November, December. And then I guess we can include this month. We have 5 months left of the year. That's wild. I'm so ready for fall. How come? The year's flying by so fast. I know! I feel like I have done nothing. Like, I started streaming last month, which is good. Honestly, streaming makes time go by even faster, I feel like. I think of the, like, time as just weeks, and then I'm just planning for the next week. Oh no, you start school soon. I forgot about that. Oh man. The new tier drops? Yeah. It drops like next month, I think? We're not even done with this current tier. We'll see if we can do that. We have raid tomorrow. But honestly, it's fine if we don't clear it. I mean, I'm still gonna try, of course. We're almost finished with Pinax. We're almost in phase 4 of the first part. If we can clear the part with like the orbs. Don't know if my group is meeting up before. Thank you! I might not be raiding tomorrow, I'm not sure. We basically have one too many DPS, so sometimes we swap out, and that's fine. For me, I think it's good for my brain if I have breaks. Like this is my first time doing and like I guess endgame raids. Because the last time we did it was in the Realm Reborn for Binding Coil of Bahamut. And that was hard. That was literally really hard. I think we only got to like turn 2, turn 3. We got to the bird that does like the dive bombs. Question mark? I always fail at those. And like we had a friend who was actually really good at the raids. Yeah, it's easier now. Definitely easier now. But when it first came out, it was really hard. Twintania? Yeah. Wasn't Savage back then comparable to Ultimate? Yeah. They put the bar too high and then they're like, oh, sorry. I was healing back then. I was a white mage. And my partner was also a white mage. So we didn't have the great... We're already goofed the healing. But we didn't have any healers back then. It was just white mage and scholar, right? That's crazy. Astrologian came in Heaven's Word. That was fun. Like my free company, we were a small free company, and we were just doing it for fun. So we might have not made very much progress, but I still enjoyed it. Like it was a time to spend time. Like just another way to hang out with my friends. But But like that was so long ago. 2014-ish? I think. Like, yeah, I haven't talked to anyone from that free company since then. I see them on my friends list now because they opened the data centers. But honestly, they changed like their names or whatever, and I might have deleted them off my friends list because it would just be like unknown. So now I literally have no idea what happened to them. That's such a long time though. Almost 10 years. Crazy. That's crazy. I spent a lot of money on my subscriptions. Like I took some breaks when I was in university. I would take some months off because I had to focus on my studies. And then when I was living in Japan, working as a teacher, I also took some breaks. It was also really difficult to like renew my subscription while I was in Japan. I basically had to buy a game card on like US Amazon and use the game card to renew my subscription because I couldn't renew the subscription from Japan. It was weird. Yeah, it's been that long now. 2013. Next year's gonna be 10 years. Whoa! 10 years fell fancy. Oh! 14, at least. The game's done really well. I'm really happy. I'm really happy I was able to meet so many people. Like, really good friends. And I guess it was not really that many people, but I met a lot of good people. I met my partner. I got closer with my friends online who lived in Texas. Like, we played together while I was in Japan. That was a really nice way to, like, catch up. It was basically my way of keeping in touch with people. You also meet a lot of jerks. You meet a lot of jerks. But I honestly, after leaving Primal, I feel like there's not as many jerks. Cause like, I swear, I don't know. I feel like the most toxic people are on Primal. Like when I moved to Crystal, it was so chill. Like, they were notorious for not being good. I'm not calling you toxic! I'm just saying Primal is full of jerks. And you're not one of them, obviously. Yeah. You heard it all here, folks. Maya is a toxic gamer. Good, she knows this. Misty, on the other hand, Maya's the only exception. A nice person. Kuro gets the brunt of it all the time. Womp womp. Poor Kuro. Always the... whatchamacallit? Punching bag. Alright. Oh my gosh, it's 8:30 already. Okay. I think I stopped playing around 8. I didn't think this would take... I would like talk this long. High defense stats. Oh, okay. He can take it. He's the shield hero. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna just like spend the rest of my evening unwinding and finishing my cookie. Yeah, it's good to see that you came back before I ended the stream, Miski. Yeah, it's nice to chat. It's fun. For this stream, I wanted to make an ending card, but I will just simply make the ending card next time. I was in the middle of it, and then I took a nap, and then it was time to start making cookies. This happens a lot lately for me. You're still working on the cookie? Yes. Have a good night, everyone! I know, it's easy to lose track of time and just keep talking. Because I was like, I want to end stream a little earlier tonight, and meanwhile, it's still a 2-hour stream. Whoopsie! Yep, take care, everyone. Stay cool. I'll see you all next week. Maybe we'll finish up Coffee Talk. I like to finish games up before moving on to the next one. And then we'll figure out where to go from there. So yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I appreciate it. And I'm excited to figure out where we go. Well, how Coffee Talk's gonna end. I feel like the yesterday's session was a lot more intense. There's like a lot more arguing, and then today was a little more mellow. So we'll see if the next time it'll be more mellow too, or things will blow up in our faces. Who knows? But I think they're going to sort everything out. The people who have their problems. Okie dokie. Bye bye. Have a good night.